Thank you so much. And good afternoon, good evening, good morning to you, wherever you are. This is a session with Time with Self. And I am Eric Kweku Mensah, Sir Clifford Kofi Ewudzie. Welcome, sir. Yes, very well. Thank you so much, Mr. Ewudzie. So, Mr. Ewudzie, we will just delve straight into the subject matter. In fact, when you gave me the topic, life does not happen in a straight line, I was thinking, wow, life and the concept of straight line. What does life got to do with a straight line? And it was a quite an interesting thing to think about. So I just want to find out from you, what is life itself? What is the concept of life? What's the concept of life?
A straight line, just with a rule or with a pencil, get to be. But in actual sense, when we're in a straight line, do you understand that life do not happen in a straight line? There are ups and downs between your conceptions of dreams to the fulfillment or the destination of that dream. Then there are things that will happen in life, the ups and downs in life, which are going to really, challenge you, to strengthen you. Some even will come as making you give up your dream or giving up in life as it is. But when you come to understand this concept that we are talking about, then you will be alert. You will be alert and not be taken by surprises whatsoever it is that will happen to you. Yes, some will be some will really challenge your strength. Some will really challenge your capacity. But at the end of it all, you when you are able to go through that storm, at the end of it all, you come to an understanding that you have really grown stronger in between the lines and before your accomplishment or your dream or your destination is reached. Then we can say life has been accomplished, but life don't happen in a straight line. You get it?
Wow. This is deep. This is deep. So basically you have just elaborated on the concept of life and accomplishing, life. But I want to find out between the past, the present, and the future, which one has the most effect on us as humans?
All right. We are toggled between these three events or these three locations in life: the past, the present, and the future. And these three concepts, I will call it concept because that is where things happened to us and where we happen to things. Do you get it? Listen to it. Where we happen to things and where things happen to us. So in the past, things happened to us and we happen to things. In the present, things is happening to us and we are happening to things. Then in the future, things will happen to us and we will happen to things. But what you do when things happen to you or when you happen to things, how you react determines how you are going to be on the next level of life, on the next level of life. So in the past, if something happened to you or things happened to you in the past, then it is going to affect the way you are going to respond in the present. Then if things are happening to you in this present, then it is past glory. And so to say, they are so fixated in the past that they always talk about their past glory, their glory, their glory, their glory. Do you get it? They always talk about their glory. But let's come to think about this, that if you are fixated so much in the past, then you are so much limited in the present because you are not living the present. If things happen to you in the past, on the worst side or on the bad side, where you encountered bad experiences, you had bad experiences, bad encounters, and those things gives you feedback into your present. I always say, we'll come to that mistakes are good elements in life. Good elements. Mistakes are good elements in life. And when mistakes happen, they are only giving you feedback of your input. So whatever that you input, you receive the feedback of it as the output. And that is how nature has made it, so that we go through the past, going through all our mistakes, doing all our mistakes. We have to make all the mistakes we have to make in the past. Then the present will show us the feedbacks of what we have inputted in the past. Then the future, when we correct it in the present, the future will give us a good return or a good result of what we have corrected in the present. So whatever that has happened to you in the past, you don't need to be fixated in that past. You need to learn how to correct and accept the mistakes that have happened. You need to accept the wrongs that have happened. You need to accept the fact that what is done is done. When you accept yourself and accept that what is done already, then you can correct what has been done in the present. You can correct it because you have only learned from an experience which you won't likely to repeat. You won't likely to repeat those experiences. So when those experiences resurface again in the present, you know how to go about it because you have learned from a worse experience. You've learned from an experience that has really given you a worse result, a worse feedback. So as I said, if you keep on rehearsing the past, what you are just doing to yourself is that you are killing your potential and you are not giving yourself to evolve, to overcome the past, but you are giving room for the past to repeat itself in your future. So the present is given to us for us to focus on what we can do with our potentials, what we can do with the opportunities that comes up or resurfaces again, so to have a better future for us. So the past, we did all the mistakes in the past. The present is given to us for us to concentrate on the abilities that we have, better it up, and receive new opportunities and correct our past, correct the things so that we wouldn't repeat those things. But through the experiences that we've had, we will correct them and do it well, replay it well, so that our future will now have a good result. Remember this, that life is about decisions. Life is about decisions. The decisions you took yesterday, they are the effect you see today. But one beautiful thing that God has given unto us, or nature has provided unto us, is that today is the day that we have. We don't need to be fixated on the past or even think about the future. There are some people who get so much concerned about the future, and it creates anxiety for them. That is another thing. It creates anxiety for them. So it's like they don't know what is going to happen in the future. Because of what has happened in the past before, they are now so much concerned about the future, not preparing their presence for their future, not taking the right decisions in the presence for the future, but rather they are so much fixed up, or they are so much hallucinating into the future, which will rather give an effect of anxiety. will not be making the right decisions. You will not be making the right decisions at all. When the effects of anxiety start hitting in, all that will be yielding, you'll be yielding to it. We want to understand that what fear really is when we are talking about the past, the present, and the future. Fear can affect your future by entertaining your past now, or building anxieties for your future of season period. What do you do? What do you do? What you do is that during the times that life is happening for you, you have to save, you have to invest. You have to invest into people, you have to invest into assets. Investing into people is building social security for yourself, so that when that time comes and you don't have things advantage to yourself, then those you have invested into as social security will be those people who will be your hedge. Your investment that you have invested into assets will be your hedge. Things that you have done for the advantage of the dark times or the advantage of the out of season period will be your good time. Do you understand that? So you have to approach life in seasonal concept. 3, you have to see life as you have been given an investment, or you have been given a potential. If you have been given a potential, then you must use that potential. Do one thing at a time. You can do many things at a time, but focus on one thing at a time. Start with where your strength can carry you. Start with where your strength can carry you. If I say start with where your strength can carry you, then it means that some people start where their strength cannot get up to. So to say, if you have strength A and you want to do things in category B, which are bigger than your strength A, please, you can only start with things that are within your means of strength A, so you don't break yourself, so you don't put yourself into unnecessary scarcity. Do you get it? So it's just like you living within your means. Living within your means can be in category of finance. Living within your means can be category of assets that you want to build, investment that you want to make, things that you want to really have advantage of in life. Do you get it? So these things are how you approach life. You have to understand that if my strength is not up to what I want to do, I can only start within my strength and build that passion, or build that talent, or build that potential till I get to where I want to get to. Do you understand that? So you must approach life in seasonal order. You must approach life in order of strength. Then you must approach life, the last one, as I will say, you must approach life in order of challenging your own self. Come to understand that life happens, and the beauty of life comes to surface when you have been challenged to come out with your potentials. You understand that? So to say, when you approach life in order of challenge, you have done this, you have failed in it. Get to understand that failure is a feedback. Failure happens in life, and it's okay for you to fail. It's okay for you to make mistakes, but you must fail forward. Failing forward is giving yourself the challenge and marking yourself against you, not against anybody, but marking yourself against you. You can only better yourself and make yourself better every time by measuring your progress. So if it is so, then you must live life accordingly, according to your challenge. Let me give you this scenario, then I'll end for the question sections. Now, there was this fishing companies that they brought fish from abroad into Africa, and anytime they bring this fish, they were the first time they tried it, they brought the fish dead, and the taste of the fish changed when they got to their destination. The taste of the fish changed. So they thought of, okay, if we want to better this thing, then we have to keep the fish alive. Now they built aquarium in their ship, and they placed all the fishes alive, and they brought this fish into Africa. Now, still when they came in, the taste of the fish was not as it was in their original or natural location. Now they thought of, okay, what then can we do? We need to set up the right conditions for the fish to remain as it should remain, even when they are transported across the ocean. So what they did is that, okay, someone brought an idea. Okay, let's introduce a predator in the aquarium so that the predators will keep the fish active and alive. Then the fish will be as they are. And believe me, when they did so, the taste of the fish remained the same. What do we draw from this lesson? What we draw from this lesson is that the fish kept alive and kept to their taste and kept to their potential taste, even across the ocean, by virtue of the challenges that was introduced into the aquarium. So allow challenges to come into your life. Yes, those challenges that you go through life, they are those challenges that will bring the best out of you and make you as you should be. All right, great. Ericos.
Yeah, thank you so much. In fact, this has been an insightful session. I have learned a lot, particularly the very last story you just told us about the transporting of the fish. In fact, one thing that if I don't take anything from this session, I can take home is life don't happen to you, life happens for you. It means that from your past, present, and future life, it's in this business for you yourself, and also fail forward. In fact, for us, we are going to take some questions, and before we take their questions, let's watch this little advert from Lantern CC.
Hi, I'm Eric Kwekumensa, founder of Lantern CC, organizers of the Time with Self series. I am so glad to introduce to you Time with Self. Time with Self is a channel dedicated to grooming young men and women to become better versions of themselves. This channel is specifically dedicated to career, personal development, time management, financial management, networking, health, etc. Thanks for watching our channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly click on the subscribe button. And also, don't forget to like, comment, and share our posts. Follow us. Let's help you grow. Thank you.
Great. So this is the Time with Self series. So what Time with Self does, like you watch in the video, we are interested in grooming and becoming the better versions of ourselves. And that is why this very Sunday, 27th of February, we brought our own big and, in fact, very loaded life coach, Mr. Clifford Kofi Ewudzie, to come and then take us through life and, you know, the concept of a straight line. And I personally have learned a lot of things today in terms of how to, you know, look at life and being able to live life with the challenges that are around all of us. Myself, I have heard someone say, if there is no temptation or if there is no test, you wouldn't have a testimony. So it also goes to buttress the points of the transporting of the fish to Africa. So we are going to take our questions, and you can feel free. We can take your questions through the chat, or you can also use the raise hand feature in the Zoom, and then you will be called upon to, ask a question that bothers your mind. So the floor is open now. Let's all feel free to ask questions. Chat box, and I would like to ask that question. So Matilda says that, how do I start when it seems I'm not making headway and I feel like failure? So how does she start? In fact, she is actually thinking that everything is more like a failure for her. How does she start?
All right, great. So if you think everything is like a failure, if you get to understand that
like a failure,
failing, as I said, that failing happens in life.
As I said,
and if you fail, doesn't make you a failure. But when you fail forward. Now, how do you fail forward? You fail forward now, by sitting down, coming back to the table, and correcting. Get to understand, why did I do this?
Get to understand
what is the consequences that I receive after this thing that I did? Why is this happening to me? When you begin to gather intelligence around the situations that are happening to you, then I tell you that you happening to you. Learn yourself out of that situation. To understand it that situation. You don't fail in life. You only become a failure when you give up, and you don't want to do anything when you give up, and you don't want to start gathering intelligence around the things that are happening to you. Okay, why did this thing happen to you?
Okay, why did this thing fail?
Why did I lose this amount of money in business? Why did my business collapse? If you begin to gather intelligence in this situation and start writing them down, then you begin to find out things that you will not repeat again, things that you will not do again, for those things to repeat itself in life. For those you get it. So when you start gaining this understanding, then it means you have started working yourself out of the situation already.
Great. And she goes on further to ask, where do I get help, and are you available to counsel people? How much does it cost? So that question is to you. So yes, good.
Okay. So I'll leave my contact in the
I'll leave my contact.
Eric can give my contact in the details.
Or Eric can
so you can contact me at any time you want to.
You can contact me at any time.
It's not that much, okay. I'm here to help.
That much, okay.
Because I've gone through a lot of things that has really brought me this experiences. And what I want to focus first is building the personality, not thinking about the money now. So let's first look at your situation and start solving them. That's how we start.
Great. Thank you very much. Any questions? Any questions? You can feel free to. Great. John Paul has a question for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello. Mr. Clifford, thank you so much for the contributions. I kind of agree with most of them, and I do want to ask that about decisions, making quick decisions, and then making delayed decisions. Since you mentioned that life happens in seasons, I want to find out whether the seasons also do come per se, as to whatever season comes. A delayed season will have to mean that you are taking a delayed decision, or a quick season comes and you have to take a quick decision. How does that play?
All right, great. Thank you, John. There are situations that happen in life that require
to seek for counsel before you take that decision. Do you understand? There are things that you want to approach or you want to venture in life. You need to consult for before you take that decision. Those ones I call you have to delay your decisions because you have to seek consult and advices. Do you get it? It's just like you want to marry and you jump into oh, I've seen this lady and she's beautiful, she's that, without even having an understanding that would this person be a great suitor for me for my future before you go into that making that decision. You get it? Now you have to also understand that making decision is very sensitive. So when you have to make the decision you have to make. If there are some decisions you have to make and you delay them, they have its consequences. They can shift you into a season that is not favorable. There are some situations that needs a delayed decision if you take quick decisions. So you have to always intelligence into your past. You can also build intelligence for counseling, consulting for advice. I want to do that. I want to build this house. I want to build this business. What do I need to do? So you have a good
Yes, Mr. Ewudzie. Okay, I think he's gone off briefly and he'll be joining in soon. Yes, he'll be joining in soon.
All right. Okay. So
yeah,
where I stopped.
Mr. Ewudzie, good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you should have a fair idea, build intelligence about everything you want to do. That will help you take the right decision at the right time when it gets there. Do you understand that? Building intelligence is very important in every life aspect that you want to venture. So you don't wait till the thing happens before you do that. That is not to say you are building intelligence. You build intelligence means you prepare for the future. Build intelligence around the things. If you want to marry, build intelligence around marriage. Build intelligence about the woman or the man that you want to marry. If you want to start a business, build intelligence around the things that you want to venture, the business that you want to start. Either than that, you cannot progress and you will be making the wrong decisions. And remember, it will keep on repeating itself till you get it right or you give up.
Great. Any further question? Okay, John, your hand is up again, sir.
Yeah. Sir Clifford, I still want to know, will we relate these to mean that as not though a cliche, but you hear people talk about life happening in cycles, like in relation to your statement about life happens in that is in seasons, and that life don't happen to you, rather they happen for you. From the perspective that at a certain point in one's life, people get to see same pattern or same thing likely to happen as it happened previously. And then how can one face such a challenge squarely? How can one face this challenge squarely? Thank you.
All right. So that's great. So that's where you get the concept that life happens for you, in the sense that it happens. It's just like going to write an exams. Then there is a provision of remedia for you as well. So to say, when you write these exams and you do not get it right, you have another chance to write a remedia. So the remedia is another opportunity that is created for you to rewrite it and write it well this time. So to make for you to take advantage of any privileges that are ahead of you. So in that sense, life do happen in those trends. The things that you feel in today will resurface again. And when they resurface again, it is only telling you, or nature is telling you that, my dear, do it again. You can do it, and you can do it better. The previous time you failed in it, and I gave you chance to do your corrections, to correct yourself and do it again. Now, first and foremost, accept your failures. Accept the mistakes that you have done. Accept yourself. Forgive yourself. When you start doing this thing, when you accept the mistakes that you have made, you accept these failures that have happened to you, when you accept yourself and accept your shortcomings, and when you forgive yourself, these 4 things are the things that will give you room to better do well in the future. Because when you accept the situation that has happened, it has given you an open-mindedness into venturing the next one that is likely to surface, doing well and beating it very well the next time it surfaces. Do you understand it, Paul?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Very
Great.
clear.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Any question, any further question? So whilst I wait the last one or last 2 questions, some few announcements. Time with Self series happens every 2 weeks, So the next session is going to be on the 13th of March. And that one too, we are going to bring to you a very honorable man. He's also very, very, very deep, like Sir Cliff. And stay tuned, the adverts will be coming out soon. Also, for your notice, on the 8th of March, which is the International Women's Day, we are also bringing to you another 30 minutes live session where we are going to speak with one as a very big woman within the country. And I want you to stay tuned. The adverts will also be coming through. Now, Lantern CC is also going to come up with some very short sections, maximum 5 to 10 minutes videos for creatives. You know, Lantern CC is a creative organization. So maximum 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes video on how to, you know, use your digital platforms to the best of you. So those who want to learn a lot, even phone photography, those who are into social media and the rest, we are going to bring you short videos for you to learn how to even do, you know, digital marketing, social media marketing, a lot of those stuffs. So stay tuned, and Lantern CC will bring all these things to you as the days and months unfold. Any further question? Let me check the chat box. Any further question? Okay, I don't see any further question in there. So I want to thank you so much, Mr. Clifford Kofi Ewudzie, for the time that you have spent on the call with us. I know you are a very, very extremely busy man, but when Lantern CC contacted you, in fact, because of the heart you have for grooming and making people a better version of themselves, you were available and you have actually delivered so much. And I want to say thank you so much.